Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Virginia Beach Adult Learning Center's 34th Annual GED Recognition Ceremony. My name is Dr. Randy Riesbeck, and I'm the director of the Adult Learning Center. We asked that if you would take pictures, and you've been doing a great job so far, take them from your seat rather than get in the aisle and obscure somebody's view of what's happening tonight, because we have a lot of great things happening. So, and I'd also like to ask everybody to take a moment to silence your cell phones, please. This recognition ceremony is to honor the participants, and we ask your cooperation in making this a dignified and respectful occasion. Now, please remain standing for our national anthem, which is performed tonight by Ms. Nelia Morizzi.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you, Ms. Morizzi and Mr. Jarrett Boyd, who played our students into the auditorium with pomp and circumstance. We appreciate your inspiration this evening. At this time, I would like to introduce special guests and staff members seated on the stage. Dr. Aaron C. Spence, Superintendent of Virginia Beach City Public Schools. Dr. Mark Bergen, Chief of Staff. School Board Chairwoman, Mrs. Beverly Anderson. Dr. Heather Lamb, Adult Academic Coordinator for ABEGTE. Mr. Aaron Rouse, City Councilman, and our keynote speaker. School Board Member, Mrs. Sharon Felton. Mrs. Natasha Christian, Adult Academic Coordinator for our English Language Acquisition Program. Mrs. Trines Riggs, School Board Member. Mr. Donald Robertson, Chief Schools Officer. Mr. Daniel Keever, Senior Executive Director for High School Education. Mrs. Sandra Turner, ABEGED Instructor. Ms. Elaine Little, ABEGED Counselor. Mr. Franklin Williams, GED Instructor. And Mr. Guy Tower, School Board Member. City Council Member, so sorry. In the audience, we are pleased to have with us tonight Ms. Alice Graham, Adult Education Region 20 Program Manager, and you can hold your applause for this part. Thank you. Virginia Beach City Public Schools staff members. We also have Mrs. Alice Hatfield and members of our graduation committee who were instrumental in organizing tonight's ceremony. All the members of the Adult Learning Center faculty and staff. And I'd also like to publicly thank staff members who are critical to our success in operating the largest GED testing center in the Commonwealth, Mrs. Joyce Lovett and Mr. Dan Stringent, and the GED examiners who are present this evening. Thank you all for protecting the integrity of our testing process in Virginia Beach. Finally, Mr. Danny Little and his staff at Princess Anne High School who shared their lovely auditorium with us, and Mr. David Rhodes from the Office of Student Activities. Thank you all. "16 years ago, the Adult Learning Center joined the state's Race to GED initiative. The mission was to reach over 700,000 Virginians without a high school diploma, encouraging them to earn a GED certificate to increase the state's and the nation's economic vitality. This mission continues, and we gather this evening to honor those who have not only accepted this challenge, but have also met the challenge by earning their GED credentials. During the 2018-19 school year, the Adult Learning Center has administered 495 GED exams just to our own students. And please know that each student must pass 4 GED exams, one in each subject area, to earn the GED credential. As a result, we have 117 GED recipients from our school. Yay. And we still have students diligently working in classes preparing to meet this challenge in the future. I know some of them are here tonight helping with the ceremony. Tonight we have 62 individuals earning the credential who chose to participate in our ceremony. Right there. We also have our 5th cohort of graduates who participated in the Virginia Career Works, formerly called Opportunity Inc.'s grant-funded Foundations Transition Program. This program supports 18 to 24-year-olds who desire to attain their GED certificate. These grads can be identified by the gold cords they're wearing tonight. My staff and I know that anyone who earns a GED credential becomes a more responsible and a more productive member of society. It's extremely gratifying to see students work so diligently to attain this goal. And I'd like to share some information about tonight's graduates. Among those participating in this ceremony are 23 individuals who formerly attended Virginia Beach high schools, 9 who left surrounding area schools, and 20 who left schools in other states. In addition, tonight's graduates represent the countries of Brazil, Guatemala, Honduras, Jamaica, Mexico, the Philippines, Uganda, Africa, the Ukraine, and of course the United States. As for future plans, 17 of tonight's graduates are enrolled or will be enrolling in Tidewater Community College. 3 are enrolled in other colleges. 1 student will be graduating from Tidewater Medical Training Center next week. Yay. One student is going to art school, and 7 are enlisting in the armed forces. We have future nurses, counselors, builders, truck drivers, photographers, as well as cosmetologists, welders, and fashion designers among our graduates. Recognition and appreciation must also be extended to family members and friends who are here tonight and provided much needed support and encouragement as our students worked toward their goals. Let's join the graduates in thanking their families and friends for being here. Now, please welcome Ms. Elaine Little, ABE-GED counselor, who will recognize our top scoring students.
Good evening, everyone. This night is one of purposeful celebration, for it showcases the success of our students who have achieved the honor of earning their GED. This is certainly a milestone in their lives. Each of them have faced many challenges, but in spite of them all, they have succeeded by staying focused and forging ahead. We'd like to honor 3 of our students who have earned the highest GED scores by presenting gifts donated by the Friends of ALC, various other businesses within the Hampton Roads community, who support the academic vision of the Adult Learning Center. Achievers, when your name is called, please come to the stage to receive your award. If you would, please remain on stage until all of you have received your gifts. So now let's begin with Jasmine Prouty, who earned the 3rd highest GED test score. Next, we'd like to introduce our 2nd highest GED test scorer, Serena Price. Now for the student who's earned the highest GED score in the entire class, Maria Chernachuk. Congratulations. Congratulations to each of you, and to all of our students, we thank you for your academic fortitude. Continue to do well, and we wish you great success in the future. And now we'd like to welcome to the podium Mrs. Sandra Turner, ABE GED teacher.
Good evening, family, friends, honored guests, and graduates. It is with pride, admiration, and earnest joy that on behalf of myself and colleagues, I introduce to you the class of 2019 student speaker and graduate. This year's student speaker is no stranger to most and has come full circle in his educational journey. Full circle being defined as a complete reversal of his original position. Understanding that in his original position, he served as a student usher during our graduation ceremonies and had done so for the last 10 years. But this year, a shift has occurred. He has replaced his usher attire with a graduation cap and gown. And by the way, this is of no surprise to me because immediately after last year's ceremony, he walked up to me and a graduating classmate, boldly proclaiming that he would walk across the stage and receive his diploma in 2019. Hence, the completion of his circle began, and here he is. After countless years of thinking maybe he couldn't, he changed his perspective and began to walk in his victory. Each time he arrived for an exam, he wore a colorful three-piece suit with matching shoes. He was ready. The ALC team and I witnessed his transition from "I'm not sure if I can" to "I think I can," and then finally, "I can." And for those of you who know the story, he is our little engine that could. One by one, he conquered each test. Step by step, he inched a bit closer to his dream, until finally it became his reality. I introduce him with pride because together we birthed his dream. Admiration because he never gave up. And joy because he finally did it. I present to you your 2019 student speaker, Mr. Elmer Levi Cooper, Jr.
First, I want to give honor to my God for being here. Ooh, Attorney, you said a lot. Good evening, Virginia Beach School Board members, ALC staff, graduation, special, and guests, family and friends. I am Levi Cooper. It is an honor to stand before you this evening as a student speaker for 2019 graduation class. I would like to share my journey in how I pursued my education. It began with me as a 12th grader. I became ill and was hospitalized for a period of 1 month. The doctor performed all kinds of tests but could not find the problem. After being out of school for a month, I was not allowed to return to school at that time. They said I had been the oldest in the class. I was very, very disappointed because I wanted my diploma. Continue, follow your dream. In 1978, I started working with the city of Virginia Beach. My supervisor began to talk to me about going back to school. I agreed to go back to school. Shortly after I met Ms. McGovern, who helped me enroll in class. I remained enrolled in the ABE until I was injured on the job and had to discontinue class. 1 year later, I returned to the courthouse where the class was held and found out were no longer taught there. I was hurt. 5 years later, I still wanted to pursue what I had felt I had been cheated of. I set once again to pursue my GED. Continue, follow your dream. I did not know how difficult the journey would be. Last 7 years, it was very hard. The time that I wanted to throw in the towel, I was even told to give up because I was just wasting my time. During that time, wouldn't you know, my wife, my daughter, and my grandson all became ill. one after another. I did not have time to study because I worked 2 jobs and was the owner of a business. Continue to follow your dream. Today I stand before you now that with the help of God, with the help of God, 18 years later, I made it. I am a living proof that you can accomplish any goal that you set yourself for, no matter the age or learning capability. I like to thank God, all my teachers who believed in me and kept me encouraged when I needed it the most. I thank God for the support of my peers, as well as Miss L. Turner, Mr. Darrell Turner II, Miss Wilson, and I thank God for my wife because she kept pushing me to go. A special thanks to Miss Turner for the faith that she had in me. She never gave up on me. I remember when I was pushing myself going, don't nobody know my body but me. I couldn't walk across the parking lot. I needed to get into class, and it was hard for me to get into class because of my back was killing me. But I wanted my GED. I wasn't going to give up. And it hurt. It hurted me so much that when people sat right there and said that, give up, you're just wasting your time. I didn't give up. I kept going. And I had the faith that Miss Turner was praying for me. And I made it. So what I'm saying, to my fellow classmate, I'm going to leave you with this. Never, never, never give up. Continue, follow your dream.
Thank you, Levi, for your truly inspirational remarks. He's going to stay up here. It is now my pleasure to welcome City Councilman Mr. Aaron Rouse. Mr. Rouse was born and raised in Virginia Beach. He attended First Colonial High School and graduated with a bachelor's degree in sociology from Virginia Tech. Mr. Rouse was drafted by the Green Bay Packers in the 2007 NFL Draft and also played for the New York Giants and the Arizona Cardinals. After retiring from the National Football League, Mr. Rouse returned home to Virginia Beach to begin his career in public service. He served as a coach and a mentor before founding Rouse's House. Rouse's House is a nonprofit organization that serves to establish education as a foundation for today's youth with a primary goal of exposing youth and families in the community to a broader world of learning. On November 6, 2018, Mr. Rouse made history as he was elected to the City Council. Not only did Mr. Rouse generate a record-breaking number of votes, but he is also the youngest African American to be elected to the City Council, representing the largest populated city in Virginia, Virginia Beach. Mr. Rouse is a strong advocate for the support of first responders and the military, along with their families. He is passionate about the potential growth of Virginia Beach into a strong economic, travel, and entertainment location with support to the residents and tourists. His mission is to provide, protect, and produce greatness for the great city of Virginia Beach, Virginia. We are thrilled this evening that he could join us today to address our graduates. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Aaron Rouse.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here today to share with you a little bit of my story and my history and how I ended up here today. We stand here today upon this unique and extraordinary moment. I say extraordinary because we are sharing this moment that no one can fully appreciate more than the graduates themselves, the sacrifices, the hard work, the dedication and commitment it took for them to be here. So let's give them a round of applause. You all know what it took for you to get here. Allow me to share my story, what it took for me to be here. I won't give you my full story tonight, or else we'll be here all night. I'll just give you a little bit about my story. I grew up in a single-parent household. My father incarcerated. My mother raised 4 of us by herself with the help of my grandparents. I have twin older sisters whose birthday is on Christmas Day. My birthday is 2 weeks later. So feel sorry for me. This is where that happens at. And then I have a younger brother, and you basically, the baby. That means that they get away with everything, right? My grandmother would help my mother carry the load of raising 4 kids, buying Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, school clothes, and many more. That all came to a halt when she died of breast cancer at a young age of 49. My grandfather stepped in, and he gave me 3 important principles to live by. He said, keep God first, work for everything that you want, and your word is your bond. After he finished planting those valuable seeds, he placed a lawnmower in my hands. And he said, go to work. It's time to go to work. Because he understood that faith without works is dead. But I really want to share with you my story of perseverance through the adversity and challenges I faced in college. I graduated from First Colonial in 2002. My junior year in high school, I was offered a full athletic scholarship to Virginia Tech. I thought my life was set. My freshman year in college, we earned the postseason bowl bid to play in California. I could not believe I was going to California. I've never been out of the state of Virginia. I must have played Notorious B.I.G. 1,000 times going back to Cali, even though I'd never been. So I don't know how you can go back to somewhere you've never been, right? But nonetheless, I was excited. I'm in California, having a good time, when I received a phone call from my high school sweetheart. We were expecting. Well, party over, right? How many of you remember that movie, The Color Purple, right? And there was a scene where there was a fight that jumped out in Harpo's juke joint, and the guy slams the piano and he says, well, party over. That's pretty much how I felt. I immediately vowed to be a better father to my son than my dad ever was to me and my family. But how was I going to do this? I had no job. I was a full-time student, an athlete, and to make matters worse, Virginia Tech was 5.5 hours away. I was scared. Now, you may think I was scared because I was a kid with the weight of the world of having a kid was dropped on my shoulders, but I wasn't. I was used to the weight of the world on my shoulders coming from the ghetto. I've been working my entire life to support my family, support my mother. As a teen, working at the city bus garage here in Virginia Beach, pumping diesel and watching school buses, pushing carts, being the cashier at Target, working at McDonald's, Farm Fresh, and much more. I wasn't scared of having a kid. I was scared of my mama. To be honest with you, real scared. I was scared to let her down, to let my sisters down, to let my brothers down, to let myself down. I knew that being the first to attend college in my family, in my immediate family, was a milestone. I knew that if I persisted and graduated, It would be a slap in the face to those who said I would be dead or in jail by the time I was 18 or 21. I knew if I dropped out, it would perpetuate the stigmas and stereotypes of young black males growing up in a single-family household amid poverty in America. And last but certainly not least, I did not want to let myself down. I was preparing and building my mentality to be relentless in overcoming adversity. Our trials and tribulations are not meant to be a stumbling block, but a boost in the transformation of our personal evolution. My transformation through college consisted of multiple classes, 10-page papers, 6 a.m. workouts, 8 a.m. practices, film study, more practice, meetings, study hall, big games on Thursday nights, Saturday mornings, more practice, playing in front of 68,000 plus and 100,000 more on television, the pressure to perform and play, 3-hour plus games, broken bones, shower, wait 3 hours for the end of the game, then travel 5.5 hours all the way home, back here, to see my son and my family, all while bruised up and exhausted. I could have easily said, I'm not going back to school, I'm not driving home, or I'm not doing this paper, but whatever, I'm not doing this paper, but where would I be? Who would I be if I had given up and not graduated? I'm positive you graduates here today could have given up and taken the easy way out. But where would you be? Who would you be? But more importantly, who would you become? Graduating tonight is just the first step. Now that you have solidified your foundation for success, you must continue to build your future. Continue your transformation using the lessons you've learned in this process to become a better you. When you hang your diploma on the wall tonight, after seeing much more than a piece of paper in a frame or a certificate in your hand, understand that you are viewing your perseverance through all your adversity, your obstacles, your trials, and your tribulations. For it was Dr. King that said, "We are not makers of history. We are made by history." Now, I understand, as you understand, life has many difficulties, and America is not perfect, but we surrender no excuses for we take our lives into our own hands. We become drivers of our own destinies, and in doing so, we shape our generation in our own image of success. So on behalf of the community tonight and the city and staff of Virginia Beach, I want to say we are all proud of you, and congratulations, class of 2019. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rouse. I know our graduates and their families appreciate your comments. I sure did. Very inspiring. Now, would you please welcome Miss Deborah Terrell, ABE Teacher Assistant, who will grace us with a musical selection.
Visions that can change the world, trapped inside an ordinary girl. She looks just like me, too afraid to dream out loud. And though it's simple, your idea, it won't make sense to everybody. You need courage now. If you're going to persevere, ooh, gotta answer when you're called. Don't be afraid to face the world against all odds. Keep the dream alive, don't let it die. When something deep inside keeps inspiring you to try, don't stop and never give up. Don't ever give up on you. Don't give up. Every victory comes in time. Work today to change tomorrow. It gets easier. Who's to say that you can fly? Every step you take, you get closer to your destination. You can feel it now. Don't you know you're almost there? Ooh, you gotta answer when you're called. So don't be afraid to face the world against all odds. Keep the dream alive, don't let it die. When something deep inside keeps inspiring you to try, don't stop and never give up. Don't ever give up on you. Sometimes life can place a stumbling block in your way, but you gotta keep the faith. Bring what's deep inside your heart to the light and never give up. Don't ever give up on you. Who holds the pieces to complete the puzzle? The answer that can solve the mystery. Yeah. The key that can unlock your understanding. It's all inside of you. You got everything you need. So keep the dream alive. Don't let it die. When something deep inside keeps inspiring you to try, don't stop and never give up. Don't ever give up on you. Sometimes life can place a stumbling block in your way, but you gotta keep the faith. Bring what's deep inside your heart to the light and never give up. Don't ever give up on you. Don't give up. Ooh, don't give
Wow. Thank you, Ms. Terrell. That was amazing. Okay, I will now ask Dr. Aaron C. Spence, Superintendent of Virginia Beach City Public Schools, to join me as certificates are presented to the graduates. Graduates, Graduates will receive their certificates as they cross the stage when their names are read by ABE-GED teacher, Mr. Franklin Williams.
Mary Atkins. Rosabal Ariza. Sharon Evadne Barrett Grant. Michael W. Beeman. Jessica Benavente. Jasmine Nicole Benjamin. Katrina A. Bulware. Tamisha Bray. Andrea Butler Gates. Norina Casiano. Jose Maheen Sedilia. Daniel Chappelle. Maria Cherinchuk. Peter Conway. Elmer Levi Cooper Jr. Abby Michelle Davis. Charmonea Davis. Kiana N. Davis Day. Anthony DeFore. Vivian Deloach. Cynthia Griffin. Sarah Harvey. Jonathan Luke Graham Hensley. Mariah Hinchy. Joshua Hinkle. Jaquan Holmes. Alyssa Imel. Ashley Imel. Marvin Mack Jones. Nicole Denise Judd. Sherry Keller. Elizabeth Kern. Anastasia Krivoshelik. Treasure Artine Lee. Daniel Isaac Lloyd Jr. Esmeralda Lopez. Keandra Marine. Megan Nicole. James Curtis O'Brien. Melba F. Padilla. Cassandra Pashuta. Felicia Person. Serena Marisa Price. Jasmine Proudy. Jennifer Knight Quintana. Stephanie N. Ramirez. Kimberly Redmond. Stephanie Rivera. Jacqueline Robbins. Desiree Saito. Melissa Salzman. Marlo Prince Simon. Amber Ray Taylor. Crystal Taylor. Christopher Timothy. Letitia Tripp Drake. Brent Van Brunt. Robert Williams. Darrell Willis. And Matthew Wilson.
Now, please welcome your fellow GED recipient, Ms. Abby Davis.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Abby Davis. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Abby Davis, and I am honored to be part of the I am honored to be part of the GED class of 2019. Fellow graduates, let us take a moment to reflect upon how each and every one of us made it here today. Y'all can clap. We have all had many challenges. Some of us have dealt with experience of death in families, illness, job loss, and frustrations, just to name a few. We balance school, family, and work. Now that we all have succeeded in recognizing the dreams of attending our GED, just what do we do next? I charge you to move forward with your dreams of making a difference in our world, in our society, and in your family. You are ready now. Finally, I charge you to never stop learning. This is just the beginning.
Okay, graduates, please rise. Families and friends, we're almost done, but we have to make this official first by saying some certifying words, so please remain seated for now.
Dr. Riesbeck, as Adult Academic Coordinator of the Adult Learning Center, I certify that these candidates have fulfilled the requirements set forth by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the School Board of the City of Virginia Beach, and I recommend them to you for your acceptance.
Thank you, Dr. Lamb. By the authority vested in me by the School Board of the City of Virginia Beach, I accept Dr. Lamb's recommendation and declare that you have met all the requirements to be a graduate of the Adult Learning Center of the City of Virginia Beach. Graduates, it is my privilege to oversee the switching of the tassels, signifying your completion of our graduation exercises. At this time, please move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations! Everyone, please rise and remain standing as the graduates recess from the auditorium to join their families and friends in the lobby.